The Travel Pass is a kind of supercharged visitor visa, and you're eligible to apply for a Travel Pass if you've made, at a minimum, 3 separate trips to Hong Kong in the previous 12 months, entering via the airport. Therefore, this excludes signed visits to Macau and China via the immigration control points at the boundaries. You're expected to have a pre-existing employment in another country, which will continue after you have successfully received a Travel Pass, and you have to be able to satisfy the Director of Immigration that granting you a Travel Pass will positively benefit the economy of Hong Kong. In special circumstances, the Immigration Department are prepared to waive this 3 trips rule. And to be eligible for a Travel Pass, you must be a citizen of a company which enjoys visa upon arrival access to Hong Kong, which means when you arrive at the airport, you don't actually need a visa to enter.
There are 8 really key considerations to discuss in the context of a Travel Pass. The first is that you need to be a citizen of a country that has visa upon arrival privileges in Hong Kong. So if you're from a country like Pakistan, for example, where you need to secure a visa before you arrive in Hong Kong, unfortunately you're not eligible to make any application for a Travel Pass. Condition precedent is that you are a frequent visitor to the HKSAR. And this means that you need to be able to demonstrate to the Immigration Department that you've made 3 trouble-free trips in previous 12 months, and if you haven't made 3 trouble-free trips, you need to be able to show that your being granted a Travel Pass will prove of a special benefit to Hong Kong. Those 3 trips that you make have to be via the airport. They cannot be via a side trip to the Macau Special Administrative Region or up to Shenzhen. The boundaries don't qualify. There is a condition precedent to being granted a Travel Pass, and that is that you will have a continuing employment in your home country, and that will not in any way be compromised by your granting of a Travel Pass. You need to be able to show that your trips, or your visits I should say, to Hong Kong will result in a positive benefit, and this in effect means you need to set up your stall and lay out your case when you make your application for the pass. If you're successful in persuading the Immigration Department that you should be granted a Travel Pass, you will be given a 2-month period of stay upon arrival, irrespective of what your current period of stay is, which is nationality dependent. So it is a very, very much a sort of a Rolls-Royce visitor visa status to be having. Additionally, you will be able to use the resident lines at the boundaries and at the airport, and that means that you'll be able to expedite immigration clearance as though you were actually a resident in Hong Kong. And because the Immigration Department have been put on notice as to the reasons for your frequent visits and the fact that you've been granted a Travel Pass, it means that the examining officer at the border will admit you with no questions asked. And in all the time frame that you will be holding the Travel Pass, you'll be able to make unlimited entries. You get a Travel Pass reflected in a special booklet which is valid for the 3 years, and you present this booklet along with your passport at the boundaries when you clear immigration clearance. Very important to note that a Travel Pass itself does not afford you residency privileges. You are still a visitor to Hong Kong. You will not be entitled to secure a Hong Kong identity card, nor will you be able to sponsor a foreign domestic helper, irrespective of the amount of time that you're spending in Hong Kong, and nor, must it be said, that are you entitled to the right to land in Hong Kong. So the mere fact that you've been granted a Travel Pass still means that you're a visitor, and that the approvability criteria and your circumstances are you a bona fide visitor to Hong Kong. You still must satisfy this aspect of the right to enter, or the privilege to enter. The good thing about the Travel Pass is it's a very, very useful status to have. Notwithstanding the fact that it's very useful, it's only about 400 of these Travel Passes issued each year, and for certain nationalities, for example Filipinos, who only granted a 2-week period of stay, on arrival, but have a need to frequently visit Hong Kong, it can be an exceptional immigration tool to have in your armamentarium.
The next step is for you to review the visa information document. This details each of the essential elements of a successfully argued Hong Kong visa case and contains in-context links to all of the resources needed to prepare your application. These include application templates, the online application forms, screencasts on how to complete the forms, a checklist of all the documents you need to prepare as part of your submission bundle, a crib sheet on how to submit your application, and audio discussions of some of the finer points of official policy and procedure and specific case examples from the past, which will serve to help you by way of illustration. Let's go to the visa information document now.